Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol and I'm so glad you joined us today. Check out the sections on the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage that make it easier for you to find classes by length or by purpose or by body area. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget it's free and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. Now in today's practice, we'll explore poses for tension relief. You only need your chair, and let's get started. All right, we're going to move forward in our chair, so we're not leaning back, we're lengthening through that spine, belly is tight. Let's go ahead and take a moment to ground our feet to the earth or to the floor. So thinking about having those 4 pressure points equally weighted on the floor of your foot, the 4 pressure points of your foot grounded to the floor. And then we're going to think about those sits bones and have them equally weighted on the chair. Let's go ahead and flip our palms up towards the ceiling. Lift through that spine. Belly is tight. Close your eyes and connect to your heart center. Letting go of everything outside of this room. Begin to notice your breath, your natural inhalation and exhalation. Let's move into that diaphragmatic breath, that yoga breath. As you inhale, the belly extends. We're filling the lungs from the bottom up. And as you exhale, you're going to actively pull the belly button towards the spine as you push the air up and out of the lungs. Do that a few times. And breathe normally. Let's do that again. This time as you inhale, count to yourself to 4, and then as you exhale, see if you can make that exhalation longer than the inhalation. Go ahead at your own pace. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Let's go ahead and roll those shoulders up, back and down. So super exaggerate those shoulder rolls, right? So up and back and down. And let's do the other way. Should feel really good. And release. All right. So again, we're going to place our hands just kind of back behind you on that chair. You're going to let your ear fall. So we're just doing some little neck drops here with our shoulders back. And then we're going to drop our chin towards our chest. And then we're going to go to the other side. And let's do that again. Drop your chin towards your chest. And drop that opposite ear towards that shoulder. Last time, chin to chest. Go ahead and lift the head up. Release those hands from behind you. And roll those shoulders. Let's do it one at a time this time. And reverse it. Nice. All right. Very, very good. We're going to move into our cat and cow series. You know, this is all about warming up that spine. So we're going to bring our hands to heart. And I want you to lift through the crown of the head, right? Spine is long. The throat is open. Feel that openness first. All right. Now, we're going to begin tucking the chin and rounding our spine. As you do that, go ahead and place your hands on your thighs. Keep the elbows wide. Tuck that chin. You're looking at your belly button, really feeling the stretch through the shoulders and the upper back. This time we're going to lift our heart up into our cow pose, and let's take those thumbs to the back wall, opening up that heart. So if you want to look up just a little bit, that's fine, feeling that nice open throat. Let's do that again, one more time like that, and then we'll add the breath. All right, let's come down into our cat. Notice how wide my elbows are, tucking that chin, looking down at your belly button. And now we're going to open up, turning those thumbs to the back wall, looking up, kind of where the ceiling and the wall meet. Let's add the breath. Inhale here. Exhale, down we go into cat. Inhale, lift it up into cow. Exhale, round it down into cat. Lift it up into cow. Last time, round it down into cat. And release. Very, very good. Okay, so we're going to move straight into our extended mountain. So your right hand is going to extend up, fingertips to the ceiling, palm is facing in. And then your opposite hand is going to go down towards the floor, and you're trying to touch the ceiling with one hand and touch the floor with the other. So really lengthening through your belly, stays tight through this. One more breath. Go ahead and bring those hands in, and we're going to switch to the other side. So trying to touch the ceiling and touch the floor. Stretching, stretching, stretching. One more time, bring it center. And just a natural breath here. Don't worry about the breath. Stretching through, lengthening. One more. Here we go. In and extend the other side. Don't hold your breath, just your natural breath. One more and release. All right, very good. So we're going to move into a crescent lunge. We're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. So the first thing that we feel is the inner thigh stretching, okay? So just hang out here for a couple of breaths. Feel that inner thigh stretching. All right, now we're going to let this knee fall down towards the floor. And maybe it's just straight down, and that's fine. If that works for you and that feels like a good stretch for your front of this leg, that's fine. If you want a little bit more, come with me, and I'm going to press my foot back behind me. I'm up on those back toes, okay, and I'm relaxing this glute. So here I am in a nice crescent lunge. You can have your hands on the chair. You can have your hands on your thigh. You can have your hands at heart. Any version of that is fine. The thing I care the most about is that your heart is lifted and that you're not here, okay? So we want that heart lifted to really maximize the stretch. So this is not only that quadricep stretching. Let's go ahead and release it for a moment. And let's do that again, all right? So it's not just that quadricep that's stretching, but it's this hip flexor. And that also is an area in our hips that we hold a lot of tension. So as I mentioned, we're going to do a little bit of work, not only in the neck and back and that whole area, but we'll be doing some work into those hips as well. One more breath here, and let's release that. Now the same leg, we're going to extend it in front of us. Our toes are up towards the ceiling, and we're going to move into a pyramid pose, extending the spine long and letting that heart fall forward. We're going to hold this for a couple of breaths first, and then we're going to add a little dynamic stretch to it. All right, let's go ahead and tuck your chin and just kind of roll up. We're going to do that one more time. Extend, and all I'm doing is hinging forward, right at those hips. I'm keeping my back flat. I'm not rounding this time. So this is all about this leg, not about, rounding through the shoulder. So I'm keeping my back flat. All right, are we ready? Let's roll it up. Now we're going to do a little bit more dynamic, all right? Extend, hinge it forward, walk your hands down that leg. Let's roll it up, and we're going to do that again. Extend through the spine, belly is tight. Exhale as you walk your hands down, feeling that stretch. Inhale as we come up. We've got one more just like that. Extend. And exhale as you walk your hands down. And up we go. All right, feeling all right? Ready for the other side? Let's do it. All right, let's open that knee wide. Feeling those inner thighs stretching first, so this knee should be tracking right at your toes, right? So the knee's not folding in. Keep those knees open, feeling that inner thigh stretching. All right, are we ready? Let's let this knee fall down and get ready for that crescent lunge. Remember, this knee can be straight down to the floor, or if you're with me, we're going to press back. So it's kind of like the back of the kneecap presses up towards the ceiling, but gently, right? We're warming up. Hands can be on the thighs, can be on the chair, can be at heart. Heart is lifted. Feeling that stretch. The other thing, if you will relax this glute here, you might feel a little bit more stretch. So we tend to want to hold these muscles tight. If you'll relax, you might get a little more stretch. Let's bend that knee. And let's do that one more time. Pressing that leg back. We have one more breath here. And release, face forward. This is the same leg. We're going to work on the back side of that leg. Extending the spine long, letting the heart fall forward, keeping the back flat, a nice pyramid pose. Oh yeah, first of all, we're going to just hold it. Okay, let's roll it up. Let's do that just like that one more time. Inhale as you extend, exhale as you come forward, and then just breathe. Don't hold your breath. All right, let's add a little dynamic to it. Inhale, extend. Exhale, walk those hands down. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, walk those hands down. Keep that back flat. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, walk that hand down. Very good. And release. Let's take that deep inhalation and exhalation. And grab a sip of water. We're going to move into some shoulder rolls and shoulder shrugs. So to begin with, let's just take those shoulders and shrug them up into our ears, and then we're just going to let them fall. Let's do that again. So you're going to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then just let gravity work and let them fall. And now let's do some shoulder rolls. Forward, up, back, and down. Really exaggerate. Forward, up, back, and down. And let's reverse that. Back, up, forward, down again. Back, up, forward, and down. Let's do two more shrugs. Shrug it up and let it fall. Do it one more time. Shrug it up and just let it fall. All right, very good. Okay, so we're going to move forward in our chair, and we're going to place our hands on the seat of the chair behind you, okay? Squeeze your shoulder blades behind, all right? And lift up just a little bit into the chin. There you go. Nice. Now, from this position, don't lose your squeeze of the shoulder blades and the slight lift of the chin. You're just going to drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And you might feel a little different stretch, right? So we have an active upper body. We're not relaxing that upper body. One more breath here. We're going to bring that up, and then let's go to the other side. Remember squeezing your shoulder blades behind you, lifting that chin just a little bit, letting that left ear fall towards the left shoulder. One more breath here. Go ahead and lift up, and let's release everything. And take a moment. Okay, we're going to do that whole series again with a little add-on. So we're just going to add one more thing. So if you want to kind of roll those shoulders, whatever feels good to you to kind of release That's good. All right, are we ready? Here we go. We're going to place our hands on the seat of the chair behind us. Squeeze your shoulder blades and a slight lift of that chin. Right. Okay. Now we're going to do the other side first. So the left ear to left shoulder first. Remember squeezing those shoulder blades behind you, keeping that upper body nice and active. All right. Now what we're going to do is the add-on here. Remember, you don't ever have to add on. Is we're going to take our nose and we're just going to take a diagonal lift up to the ceiling. And you might feel even more stretch there. Okay, bring that nose back center, and then you're going to let the nose fall down and as you're kind of looking towards the floor. Let's go ahead and take that nose back center. Let's release that before we go to the other side. I don't know about you, but that's a pretty intense stretch. I really feel that one, all right? So again, if you want to roll those shoulders a little bit, move that neck around a little bit. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. Are we ready? Here we go. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind. Place your hands on the back of the chair. Just a slight lift of that chin. Keep your belly button to spine, so maintain that stability through the core, okay? Let's drop the other side. Okay, let's just feel that first. Man, oh man. All right, now take the nose and we're going to track it up towards the ceiling. Okay, bring your nose center and then down the opposite direction to the floor. Now, that nose is tracking down towards the floor. You probably feel it. I do anyway, pretty extensively. It's just one more breath here. We're going to bring that nose back center. Go ahead and bring the head up and release. Do a little bit of roll there, whatever feels good. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the next one is called a chin tuck. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me a little better. You stay facing me. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our finger and put it on our chin. And then all I want you to do is take the chin away from the finger. It's kind of that chicken neck, if you will. And then we're going to release it. And we're going to do that again. Now I'm going to face you, all right? Pull that, tuck that chin away from the finger. Release it. Do it one more time. Tuck that chin away from the finger. And release it. And just do a couple of shoulder rolls here. All right. Very, very good. Okay. So now we're going to stack our palms together in our lap. Okay, so I personally do not like interlacing my fingers. If you prefer to interlace your fingers, it's fine with me. But I'm going to stack my palms and I'm going to place them in my lap, okay? Now I'm going to lift my hands up. Take your thumbs and have them open like this, okay? And you're going to place your hands on the back of your head and you're kind of cradling your head in those hands. Now you've got those thumbs extended. Bring them down and give your neck a little massage. Do you see what I'm doing there? Just a little massage for that neck with those extended thumbs. Okay, so the next movement, what's really important is that you initiate this movement from the neck, not the back, okay? So you're going to lift up, extend your chin towards the ceiling. Bring your front ribs in, belly is tight. Ready? Don't initiate the movement from the back, initiate it from the neck. You're going to let yourself begin to roll down. And as you roll down, you're going to bring those elbows down towards your lap. Now, what's important here is you're not really pulling on the neck. All you're doing is letting gravity, so your elbows are angled down towards the floor. And gravity is giving you a little extra stretch for that neck. We're just holding it here. Our belly is tight. We have one more breath. All right, go ahead and release the hands from the head and just roll it up nice and slow. Okay, so that is, and then let's just do a little stretching here, kind of free form, however you want to do it. We're going to do that whole thing one more time, and if you want, after we're here, you can lift up with those hands wide. But I just want you to pay attention to how that feels on your neck, okay? So let's do that one more time. Are we ready? Stack those palms or interlace those fingers looking down, thumbs are out. Go ahead and bring those hands up to the back of the head. Give yourself that little massage with those thumbs. Extend through the chin, lifting up, bringing those front ribs in. Remember, the initiation of the movement is the neck, not the back. Here we go. Lift up, elbow points to the ceiling, and now we're going to roll forward, gently tucking the chin, initiating that movement from the neck, not the back, bringing those elbows in. We're holding it here for a few breaths, feeling that stretch. Remember, you're not pulling on your head. You're just letting gravity of the elbows towards the floor give you that stretch. Now this time, if you want, you're going to lift up without removing the hands from the head. Go ahead and lift up. Elbows are going to come wide. You're going to look up towards the ceiling. Feel a nice stretch through the upper chest area. One more breath and release. Do just one little movement, whatever feels good to you, kind of a free form. You know, whatever you want to do here is good. All right, let's take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And grab a sip of water. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a scalene stretch. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand and place it right under your collarbone, the opposite collarbone. And we're going to pin those muscles, okay? So you're just going to kind of find there's a little group of muscles there, and you're going to press and hold those muscles. Now, I want you to look over the same shoulder, and you may feel those, they're trying to move and you're holding them down. Go ahead and look center, and we're going to look over the other side, other shoulder, I should say. We're going to look center. Now we're going to look up over that shoulder, come center, and we're going to look up to the other side. Go ahead and look center and release, okay? So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to reach up, pin those muscles right below that collarbone, okay? All right, here we go. We're going to look over the same shoulder first. Don't let those muscles, trying to hold those muscles as you stretch, right? So there are these scalene muscles, trying to give them a little bit of a stretch. Let's go ahead and look center, and we're going to look at the other way. Now you won't feel it as much this way, but it's still a good stretch. Go ahead and look center. Now we're going to look up towards the ceiling at a diagonal. We're going to look center, and then let's look down the opposite direction. Look center and release. All right, very, very good. So this next group is for the muscles that help us raise our shoulders. So we're just going to do a little stretch for those. So let's start with the right hand. With your right hand, you're going to reach behind your right shoulder. And you're just going to pin, again, we're going to pin those muscles, all right? So now we're going to look down the opposite direction. Oops, I've got my hair. That's not good. There we go. All right, let's look down in the opposite direction. So you're kind of looking down at the floor on the outside of that opposite leg. Does that make sense? I don't know about you, but I feel this one, especially if I really pay attention and pin those muscles and not let them move. Let's go ahead and look up and release, all right? So we're going to do the other side, and then the add-on is where we gently pull on the head. But let's do it this way first, and know that you can always just maintain this position. So again, I've got this hand, it's holding on to, it's pinning those muscles behind that shoulder, and I'm looking over the opposite, down towards the floor, over the opposite leg. And up we go and release. Okay, the add-on here, so let's go ahead and do that again. So your right hand is on the right side, you're holding those muscles, right? We're gonna look down. Now, if you want a little bit more, you're gonna reach up with the opposite hand and just gently, ever so gently, give that head just a little tug. So now you might feel a little more stretch. One more breath here. All right, take the hand off the head first. Release and lift that head up. I really felt that one. All right, other side, here we go. Hand is gonna reach back. Hold those those muscles in place. Let's go ahead and look down first. Now, if you want more, you're gonna reach up with that right hand and just gently, ever so gently, pull on that head. You might just place the hand on the head, right, and not even tug, just giving yourself that extra weight. One more breath here. Take the right hand off the head first, release the muscles in the shoulder, and then lift that head up. I don't know about you, but I really felt that one. Okay, so we're going to move into some elbow circles. You're going to place your hands, your fingertips are going to be on your shoulders, all right? So as you inhale, you're going to send your shoulders forward, and they're going to touch, just kind of kiss each other, all right? Exhale, your elbows are going to move up to the ceiling. We're going to be going pretty slow right now, so don't worry so much about the breath, but I'm just giving it to you because we are going to be moving a little more fluidly, and you might want to add that breath. All right, now our elbows are going to go back. You're going to like squeeze those shoulder blades behind you, like you're pinching a pencil between your shoulder blades. Belly remains tight. And now you're going to let those elbows fall to the floor and feel the weight stretching the tops of those shoulders, okay? Do you feel that? All right, let's go ahead here and do a little head nod, yes, and a head shake, no, and a head nod, yes. All right, now we're going to reverse it. So we're going to go back first, and then we're going to go up, and then we're going to go forward, and then we're going to go down. All right, let's release that for a moment. You kind of feel it. So we're going to do that a couple more times, a little more fluidly, and we'll add that breath, all right? If you don't want to add the breath, leave it out. It's fine. Here we go. Fingertips on those shoulders. All right, here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, shoot those elbows to the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you as you inhale. Exhale, down they go. And reverse it. Back we go, inhale. Exhale, up. Down we go. Kiss those elbows together and to the floor. Let's hang out here and just hold onto those shoulders. Do a head nod, yes. And a head shake, no. And a head nod, yes. Can we do it one more time? Here we go. Up to the ceiling. There's your exhale. Squeeze. squeeze, and down they go. And let's reverse it up. Squeeze behind you, elbows to the ceiling. Reverse it down, kiss, and down we go. Elbows to the floor, holding onto those shoulders. Head nod, yes. And shake, no. And a nod, yes. And release. Take just a moment here. Right? You might want to roll those shoulders a little or move around just a little bit. The next thing we're going to move into are eagle arms. So to begin with, all we're going to do is hug ourselves. So taking our right arm on top, we're going to just give ourselves a really big hug. Just feeling that stretch. All right, let's open, and now the other arm is going to go on top. And just hug yourself and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. And release. Okay, that's a great version, and if you want to keep doing that version, do it. If you want a little bit more, we're going to move into eagle arms. So we'll bring those forearms parallel to one another, and then we're going to take the right hand and we're going to bring it underneath, and maybe the backs of the palms are together or maybe the fronts of the palms are together. Either is fine. Lift up and then forearms away from your body. So there's a nice stretch into the upper back. I don't know if you feel it, but boy, I do. Keep those shoulders down. Keep the belly tight. One more breath here. Let's unravel and go to the other side. Are we ready? Here we go. Parallel arms first. Other arm is going to come underneath. Either backs of the hands are together or your palms can be together. Lift up and forearms away from the face. So here's the thing. If the only way for you to get the fronts of the palms together is for you to have to move your wrist in a weird position, then I'd rather you keep the backs of the palms together, right? It's fine. But that up and away from your body, that's where you're really going to get the bulk of that stretch. Oh my goodness. One more breath and unravel. Let's go ahead and just move around just a little bit there. Does that feel good? Excellent. Okay, let's all move forward in our chair. And the first thing we're going to do is take our knees. Let's go ahead and bring those feet a little bit closer together. And we're going to take our knees and let them just fall to the right. Okay, so I'm going to move a little bit further forward. And there we go. Let those knees just fall to the right. Okay? Now, what you're going to do is grab your chair behind your back and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now you're going to look over that opposite shoulder. Now if your shoulders are beginning to creep up into the ears, I want you to really think about squeezing those shoulder blades down and back, okay? And then looking over that opposite shoulder. All right, let's release the hands first. Let's look center and bring those knees in. Is that feeling okay? Let's do the other side. We're going to let those knees fall. Grab the back of the chair. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind. See how I kind of lift it up as I squeeze my shoulder blades behind? And then I'm going to look over the other shoulder. Just one more breath here. Let's release the chair. Bring your face forward and bring those knees in. Can we do that just one more time? Here we go. Knees fall, squeeze the shoulder blades behind, looking over that opposite shoulder. Release the chair, bring the face forward, knees in, other side. Grab the chair, squeeze, look the other direction. Release the chair, look forward, bring the knees in, and release. All right, very, very good. I'm just going to move back a little bit. I still want to be a little bit forward in my chair. We're going to move into a half Lord of the Fishes pose. We're going to take that right knee and open it wide, making sure those knees stay in alignment with the second toe, so we're getting a nice stretch from the inside of that thigh. Let's bring that hand all the way across your body. You're going to grab the chair, lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling, turn, and look over the back of your chair. So it's a nice stretch for the center of the body, but you also should be feeling this extended leg, the inner thigh stretching. Let's go ahead and release that, face forward. Keep that leg open. Your body faces forward, and let's do that again. Here we go. All the way across the body, grab the chair, lift and twist. We just have one more breath here and release. Let's go ahead and face forward, and we're going to go to the other side. All right, here we go. Open up nice and wide, making sure those knees are tracking to the toes, inner thigh are stretching. Let's bring that arm all the way across the body, grab the chair, lift the crown of the head to the ceiling, turn, and look over the back of that chair and breathe. So you should be feeling the inner thigh of that right leg, the leg that's facing me. That should really be stretching. Go ahead and release it, and let's do that again. Bring it all the way across, lift and twist, and breathe. We have one more breath here, and release and face forward. Very good. Okay, so our next series is going to be a forward fold, and I'm going to give you a few options here. So if putting that head all the way down between your legs is uncomfortable, or it makes you dizzy, or it gets your blood pressure up, then you're going to do this first version, and it's just fine, and you won't be adding on, okay? And it's fine. All right, so we're going to heel, toe, those feet a little bit wide, all right? So if you can have them at least the width of the chair legs, maybe a little bit more, that would be excellent. So the hinging is happening right at the hips, keeping the back flat. We're going to place our hands on our thighs for support and begin to let that heart fall forward, all right? If you keep the back flat, you're going to feel a little more stretch in that back and in that neck, all right? So just keep the back in alignment, the spine and the neck are all in alignment for this first version. We're holding onto those thighs, and we're feeling a nice stretch through the back and maybe the hips. One more breath here, and let's all come back up and release. Okay, so that's excellent. That's a great version, and if that version works good for you, then you're going to stick right there. Otherwise, if you're with me, what we're going to do the same thing, but then when we get forward, we're going to go ahead and let our head come a little bit further down. We'll be a little bit more into an inversion, which if that doesn't work for you, you're going to stay here, right? You're not going to do it. But if you're with me, then we're going to let our head fall just a little bit, and you're going to get a little more stretch into the neck, okay? Here we go. Extend through the spine long. We're going to hinge forward. Hands are on those thighs. Forward fold. Okay, so remember, we're all in this position right here, and this could be great. If you want a little bit more, you're going to go ahead and let that head begin to fall a little bit more down towards your, kind of the top of the head is towards the floor. You're tucking your chin. Looking under the chair, if you will, you're breathing here. One more breath, and we're going to go ahead and roll it up nice and slow, keeping those hands on those thighs and releasing. So that's another really good version. Now the next version is I'm going to take my hands off of my thighs and I'm going to put them on the floor, okay? Or you can be holding onto your ankles or your shins if that feels better for you, if touching the floor isn't really available to you, and that's okay. All right, so let's do that again, extending through the spine, hinging forward. Remember, we've got version 1 right here. We've got version 2 where we're going ahead and tucking our chin and letting our head fall. Now we've got version 3 where either you're going to put your hands on the floor or maybe you're holding onto your ankles or your shins. And see if you can let that head fall just a little bit more, feeling that stretch. The weight of the head is pulling and giving your neck a nice little stretch there. All right, are we ready? Let's everybody put your hands back on your thighs and roll it up slowly. Okay, so that's another great version. So the final version of this series is we're going to go ahead and move down into that forward fold. Our hands are on the floor or our hands are on our thighs, our ankles. Then you're going to release, you're going to grab your elbows, and the weight, peek at me real quick. So when you're here, the weight of those elbows is really giving you a nice stretch, all right? So if you want to do that, then do so. If you don't want to do it, then you've got other versions. Okay, are we ready? Extending through the spine, here we go. Hands are on those thighs, we're going to come forward. If you're up for it, we're going to keep going. If you're up for it, your hands are going to come to the floor or to your ankles. Go ahead and hang out here in that forward fold for just a couple more breaths. Now, if you or so desire, you're going to take your hands off the floor, grab your elbows, and there's a pretty significant stretch. Let's nod our head yes. Let's shake our head no. Let's nod our head yes. Drop the hands back to the floor. Go ahead and place those hands on your thighs and roll it up nice and slow. Heel toe your feet back together. Let's take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And grab a sip of water. You're going to let your arms just fall down by your side. So thinking about those shoulders are just like weights. The arms are weighting those shoulders down. Keep your belly nice and tight to stabilize your spine. You're going to begin to move those shoulders back and down. So we're squeezing our shoulder blades behind our back. Our hands are down by our side. Bring your chin to your chest. And we're going to hold this position for several breaths. Don't hold your breath, just breathing natural. We have one more breath here. We're going to release the shoulders first. Go ahead and roll and look up and take just a moment. Okay? Okay, we're going to do that again. We let those hands fall by our side. So feel the weight pulling those shoulders down. Now we're going to slowly move your shoulders back and down. Bring your chin to your chest. And hold and breathe. Don't hold your breath, just hold the position. Breathe naturally. One more breath here. Release the shoulders. Go ahead and look up. We're going to do that one more time. Let those hands fall down. Feel those shoulders dropping. Squeeze your shoulders behind you. Bring your chin down to your chest. Hold and breathe. We have one more breath here. Release the hands. Bring the head up and release it. If you want to roll those shoulders a little bit, that's fine. Okay. So for the next one, what we're going to do is we're going to drop our chin first towards our chest, and then we're going to be bringing our gaze kind of back behind our shoulder. Okay, so you'll be, excuse me, dropping, and then you'll be looking, and then you'll come down, and we'll look the other way. Okay, we'll take it nice and slow. Again, our arms are down by our side, letting the shoulder, the weight of the arms really pull those shoulders down. Okay. All right, so here we go. We're going to Pull that belly button in, and we're going to take our gaze down, dropping that chin, taking the gaze down to the lap. Okay. Now from here, you're going to turn your gaze and you're going to look over that left shoulder. We just have one more breath here. Bring the gaze back down to your lap. And then you're going to be looking over the other shoulder. So it's not just to the side. You need to feel that like you're trying to look over the shoulder to really maximize the stretch in that neck. Again, these are scalene stretches. Bring the head down. Really feel that back of the neck stretching before you go to the other side. Kind of making that big circle feeling, right? We're looking over that shoulder. That neck is really, really stretching. Hands stay down by your side, feeling those shoulders down towards the floor. Let's go ahead and look down at your lap. Last time, here we go. Last side, looking over that opposite shoulder. One more breath here. Go ahead and look back down at your lap. Release the shoulders and look up. Or look towards me. That is quite a stretch for me. I don't know if you felt it or not, but okay. So we're going to do a little isometric resistance stretching here. So you're going to look straight ahead, and your chin is tucked, your head is long, right? Not tucked back like this, but just a natural, I want you to have a nice long spine, okay? So now you're going to take your palm and you're going to place it on your forehead, and you're going to apply pressure. So I'm pressing in with my palm, and I want you to resist the movement. So your head is pressing forward. So I want you to resist the palm pressing back. Does that make sense? Release it, and we're going to do that again. Palm comes up, applies pressure to the forehead. Resist that movement. Don't hold your breath. Just hold the pressure here. Release it. We're going to do that again. Palm comes, applies pressure. Your forehead resists that movement. And release. Now, I like doing this one with both palms. You can do it with one. I'm going to do it with both. So now the hands are on the back of my head, and I'm going to press my head back into my hand. So again, it's that isometric. You're resisting that movement. Hold it and release it. Let's do that again. Pressing the back of the head into the palms of the hands and the palms of the hands forward. And release it. Last one. Press it back. Hold it. Breathe. One more breath. And release. Give it just a couple of shoulder rolls there if you want. Okay. So now we're going to begin. Again, we're going to look down. We're going to look forward and feel the lengthening through the spine with that natural chin tuck, okay? Roll your shoulders back and down, engaging the muscles in the back, all right? Now maintain this tension, and I want you to slowly tilt your head backwards so that you're looking up at the ceiling. We're going to tuck our chin, and we're going to look down at the floor. Let's do that again. We're going to look up. And we're going to look down. And release. Man, those are some good stretches, right, for the neck? I don't know if you felt it, but I did. Okay, so we're now going to move into a seated pigeon pose. So I'm going to take my ankle and I'm going to place it here on my knee. Remember, you can always cross ankle to ankle if that feels better for you. But I've got ankle to knee, and I'm going to extend through the spine, and I'm going to let my heart fall forward. Seated pigeon pose, we're getting a nice stretch into that hip and glute area. We're going to go ahead and lift that heart up. Just flutter your butterfly wing a little bit. And we're going to do that same thing again. Extend through the spine, pull that belly in, let the heart fall forward. If you want to gently press on this leg, you can. Maybe give you a little bit more stretch, your choice. Go ahead and lift up, and let's put that leg down. We're going to the other side, all right? So remember, ankle to ankle is fine if you want to do it that way, or you can do ankle to knee. Extending through the spine, pull the belly in, let the heart fall forward. Seated pigeon. Let's go ahead and lift up. Flutter that butterfly wing a little bit if you want. Extend the spine long. Let that heart fall forward. Remember, if you like to press a little bit here, that's fine. Let's go ahead and come up. Place that foot on the floor. Go ahead and sit back. You can lean back if you wish. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Flip those palms up to the ceiling. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Your thoughts are your choice. Reality is more than what you think it is. Your thoughts have limitations that you, your existence, reality, and truth do not. Your thoughts play a powerful role in your life, yet your thoughts do not constitute the entirety of your life. You can enable your thoughts to serve you without allowing them to limit you. Indeed, you can specifically direct your thoughts to assist you and not to hinder or distract you. Notice those thoughts that waste your energy, hold you back, or lead you astray, and just choose to let them go. Take only what's helpful from each thought that arises and then move on with your experience of life. Every thought you have is yours to do with as you please. Thoughts influence you only when you let them, and it's up to you when to let them. Don't let your thoughts or anything else get in the way of what you know to be true and authentic. Allow the truth of all that is to shine through everything you experience, through all you think and say and do. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with your right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that opposite hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that opposite hand down towards the floor. Resist it. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. If you would click on that subscribe button, I would appreciate it. I will see you next time.